Few figures in ancient history are as controversial as Herod. For some, he was a skilled ruler who brought prosperity to Judea and built impressive monuments. For others, he was a bloodthirsty tyrant, remembered for his cruelty and the massacre of the innocents described in the Gospel of Matthew. But who was Herod really? How did he come to the throne, and what was his true impact on history? In this video, we will explore the entire life of this fascinating king, from his origins and rise to power to his monumental constructions and his infamous persecution of opponents. Stay with us until the end to understand how Herod managed to maintain his reign for so long and why his figure continues to be debated to this day. Get ready to discover a story of alliances, betrayals, and palace intrigues that marked the final phase of Judea before the arrival of Jesus Christ. Let's begin. The period during which Herod rose to power was marked by profound transformations in the Middle East, especially with the growing Roman influence over the region. Judea, located between great empires and constantly involved in political disputes, was a territory of great strategic importance. In the 1st century before Christ, Rome already dominated vast regions of the known world. Palestine was under strong Roman influence, and the Jews, divided into different religious and political factions, faced constant internal conflicts. The Hasmonean kingdom, which ruled Judea before Herod, was weakened by dynastic disputes and foreign intervention. Herod emerged in this scenario as a skilled and opportunistic leader. Thanks to the alliances built by his father, he was appointed governor of Galilee, where he stood out for his firm administration and for quelling local revolts with an iron fist. His fame grew quickly, drawing the attention of the Romans, who saw him as a valuable ally to maintain stability in the region. When the Roman general Pompey conquered Jerusalem in 57 before Christ, the Hasmoneans lost part of their power, and Herod knew how to align himself with the faction that would best guarantee his rise. With the support of Mark Antony and the Roman Senate, he was appointed king of Judea. But he had to wage war against Antigonus II, the last Hasmonean king, to consolidate his throne. Only in 37 before Christ, after a brutal siege of Jerusalem, did Herod fully assume power. His rise was not only the result of political alliances, but also of ruthless cunning. He eliminated opponents, married Mariamne, a Hasmonean princess, to legitimize his rule, and consolidated his position with the unwavering support of Rome. From that moment on, his reign would become one of the most remarkable and controversial in Jewish history. Once established on the throne, Herod began a reign marked by magnificent constructions and a brutal policy to maintain power. His administration was heavily influenced by Roman culture, and he sought to modernize Judea with grand architectural projects, including the reconstruction of the Temple in Jerusalem, which would become one of the most magnificent in the ancient world. In addition, he built fortresses such as Masada and the port city of Caesarea Maritima, demonstrating his ambition to transform the region into a strategic center within the Roman Empire. However, his rule was also marked by persecution and intrigue. Herod saw enemies everywhere and did not hesitate to eliminate any threat, including within his own family. He ordered the execution of his wife Mariamne and his own sons on suspicion of conspiracy. His political paranoia earned him Rome's trust in his loyalty, but at the cost of creating an atmosphere of fear and instability in his court. Beyond internal disputes, Herod faced religious challenges. His alignment with Rome and his attempt to Hellenize Judea generated strong resistance among the Pharisees and other Jewish religious groups. His reign set the stage for major events that would shape the history of Christianity. According to the Gospel of Matthew, it was Herod who ordered the massacre of the innocents upon learning of Jesus' birth, fearing the prophecy that a new king of the Jews would arise. This episode solidified his reputation as a cruel and persecuting monarch, but also reinforced his role in the Christian narrative. The fear of losing his throne to Jesus led him to one of the darkest passages in the Bible, causing Joseph and Mary to flee with the child to Egypt. Despite all the controversies, Herod ruled for more than 30 years, leaving behind a complex legacy of progress and tyranny. His government shaped Judea and paved the way for the changes that would come with Roman domination and the emergence of Christianity. Herod died around the year 4 before Christ, afflicted by a painful and mysterious illness that, according to some historians, may have been kidney failure aggravated by infections. His death marked the end of one of the longest and most turbulent reigns in the history of Judea, leaving a kingdom divided among his sons and a population marked by fear and oppression. Despite his reputation as a tyrant, his architectural and political legacy is undeniable. His monumental constructions, such as the Second Temple in Jerusalem and the fortress of Masada, remained as symbols of his ambition and grandeur. His ability to balance power between Rome and the Jewish elite ensured relative stability during his rule, albeit at the cost of blood and intrigue. However, his connection to the Christian tradition ensured that his name would be forever associated with cruelty. The episode of the Massacre of the Innocents became one of the most striking passages of the New Testament, reinforcing his image as a tyrant fearful of the coming of Jesus Christ. Thus, his figure survives in the collective memory, both as an empire builder and as a relentless persecutor. Herod's reign may have come to an end, but his actions had repercussions that extended for centuries. If you enjoyed this content and want to learn more about significant figures and moments in church history, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to receive all updates. That way, you help us keep bringing rich and well-researched content to you. And now we want to know your opinion. What surprised you the most about Herod's life? Leave your comment below and share this video with friends who might also be interested in this fascinating story. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you in the next video.